Welcome, the War Chief of Light is live with yet another epic night of gaming, ass-kicking, nerding out, and having fun. Hi, my name's PBK, but you lovely people are more than welcome to call me Peeps. We're back. So, lots of things happened since we were last together. First off, you may notice that I am one very large red chair short. I'm not sure how to say it nicely, so it died. Pro tip, when you're looking for a gaming chair or computer chair in general, do your research. Check the weight limit of the chair because some of them are pretty fucking low. Check the reviews. Check the price. Remember, for the most part, you get what you pay for. And do what you can to try it in store or try something typical or around the same idea. Half of those, I made a mistake. And for half of those, well, either way, the chair had several issues, and then it finally broke something big, and I'm like, alright, listen, I'm just gonna go use Old Faithful, and we'll discuss a chair later. Well, thank you, Mythos. I promise you it's because it's freshly dyed this weekend. Oh, look, no grays. It's great. Poor Peeps is graying pretty hard. Hello, Joseph Allen. For those of you who don't know, I'm in my early 30s. Mid 30s. I'm starting to transition over to the mid 30s. And as much as I'd like to admit it, I'm about 20% gray, honestly. Already. So yeah, I've colored it. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Somebody said it was possible. There's like 8 or 9 quests left. So it could be very interesting to see how it goes. So yeah, I'm about 20% gray, and I'm starting to see some gray eyebrow hair. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Well, I'm 33. And it's the end of 2021. Probably means I'm closer to 34. You see where I'm going with this, right? Y'all, you see it. I understand I'm in the mid 30s, and it's like, right? Hello, Ben. Late early 30s. Yep, you got her. Whee! Oh, Chocobo did not like that. And of course, my dumbass went into the water. So I have to go swim my way out of this one. I deserve this. So yeah. Either way, I am about 20%, maybe 25% gray. Like, she's gray under there. So, listen, I used to dye my hair every 6 weeks. No, bitch. Once I started going, especially, you know those, like, ugly office bathrooms where everything shows? I switched every 5 weeks. Hello, Asmodeus with the wet dog. The typical boxer. I love it. That's fair, Elaine. My husband is 80% gray, and he's 42. I mean, like, he's great. No flight yet. What I did, hey, listen, I did do some stuff, though, this weekend. This weekend, actually, what I ended up doing is I ended up putting a lot of time into project management and starting to manage the actual channel a little bit better so that we can just flow. Just flow. I'd like to get a little bit better with timelines and stuff like that. And I also, I'll show you guys this. Look, wait, no. What's this? That is a Dark Knight at level 40? That's right. Where are you going with those hands? There you go. I got my little edgelord here up to level 40. So there you go. That's what I did this weekend. Some project management bullshit. That, probably some groceries. That's not too bad, Joseph. But again, men look so good in the gray. My husband, to me, and I mean, I'm saying this as, you know, my husband. I love the gray on him. But yeah, Solid. Oh, look at the... I want to see the little angry face. We have the requisite consent. Hello, Freya. So yes, my red chair is dead. I did a lot of work towards the actual planning side of YouTube. That's what I spent a lot of time on yesterday, and a lot of time writing. So I'm a couple videos ahead. Somebody had told me like that Frontline is actually like people's perception of PvP is because they compare it to other games, and PvP is actually quite fun. I'm like, alright, listen, I like fun. I'll try it. I'm down. Hello, Beefcake! Nothing. We were talking about gray hair and a red chair. So not a whole lot, I will admit. And the fact that I got my Dark Knight to level 40. So that's how it's going to go. We're going to be leveling both in tandem. 5 levels here, 5 levels there. PvP, and I'm a light PvPer. Okay, and this is just comparing my Warcraft experiences. When I played PvP, I did it at the end of an expansion. Basically when I had nothing else to do. So I would PvP my ass off. And I mean, I even go in the ranked. I enjoyed ranked battlegrounds. I loved it. Love Doggo Mouse. Sage is gonna be OP. Oh yes, the Sage is a beautiful PvP mess. Yes, I was explaining about the front line and how it was like 20 versus 20 versus 20, so it's basically a free-for-all, and I'm like, cool. I can handle that. But I do like some of the more structured stuff with the... So, it should be fun to watch. Oh, we're on a cutscene. Some pretty epic music. The Aether Cactus. I love her jacket dress. Even a little bow in the back. Cactuar. I wonder how much it takes out of her to do this. A lot.
Did it work?
It did. Ether may flow freely to the burn once more.
However, Y'shtola, weak or not, I would be falling in Hien's arms. It's a good opportune moment. I don't pretend to understand, but you did it. Cool. Now, as much as I believe rest is in order, we should probably make haste. Agreed. The others would have returned from their mission, so we want to know how things stand. This section kind of felt like a side quest. However, with the burn savage, worth it. Fucking worth it. It's still funny. I'm sorry. It is still funny. Okay. Of course, we have to speak with Alice, so that's where we're getting that face. Of course, that's where we're getting that face. We knew that. Little son. That's so funny. Oh my goodness. Little son is just everything. It's like triple funny. It's funny because she insults him by calling him, little. And then she calls him a boy in the same sentence. And he gets hung up on the little, which, expected. And then Sadu gets hung up on the little. So good. Yeah, that makes sense. I think they have their kinship prior to her knowing his position, prior to her knowing who exactly he is. So I think there is something there. No, but I want it in real life, Freya. I would wear the shit out of that. I would wear that to buy groceries. This is a Walmart outfit right there. The heels too. Oh, it's so good, Ben. So good. Little son. Oh god, it was so good. Judging by your triumphant expression. Oh, that's funny. Good, Tataru and I have commissioned Garland Ironworks to ensure that the field generator should function as they will. Cool. Right? So would I. Like, very much so, Alan. I would wear night. Yep. Everybody was good for becoming part of the Alliance. That's good. And once I've attended that, I believe we've done everything we can to fortify Doma's defenses. Oh, why not? Oh, okay. We'll see. I took the liberty of asking Thancred to attend as well. He should have arrived in the Alamegan quarter by now. Then let us not keep him waiting, shall we? Right? Mihai, right? I am going to, I'm in the middle of looking into purchasing a sewing machine. With my chair being a little on the fucked side, it's gonna wait a little bit, but I'm trying to get a sewing machine so I can get to learn to cosplay, which yes, I will record everything, even the bad stuff. So it's coming. Which kind of pissed me off because the sewing machine I wanted was on sale this week and I was like, are you serious? Now? So we're gonna be watching it, especially around the Black Friday. Oh, no, 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 Rich. No. I'm so... Oh, man. Hold on. I'm not crying. I'm sniffling. Sorry. Suyu is. And I still think that that was a suppressed memory. Still, like, there's something in me that tells me that was a suppressed memory, but... Mentioning from heaven, saving the Hildy quest. Oh, nice! That'd be a good idea. So I could still do the Alexander ones too, so... I know I'm still behind it. He would have loved them. Oh my goodness, yes. Okay, as Sign of the Seventh Dawn, welcome to Alamigo, the Alliance. Would you like to go to the chamber? Several cutscenes! Several cutscenes! Okay, be good.
Mistress Lys, Commander Aldin, it gives me great pleasure to formally welcome the city-state of Alamigo to the Eorzean Alliance.
The pleasure is ours, Your Grace. I know I speak for all Alamegans when I say that we are glad of this chance to stand with our comrades of the Alliance.
And we for our part are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Lord Hien of Doma, at your service. Pray, accept my heartfelt thanks for your generous invitation.
This is sweet.
Nay, 'tis we who must thank you for journeying so far. And 'twould be remiss of me not to acknowledge the part the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have played in bringing all of us together.
Our politician, Aymeric.
In times of great unrest, you and yours have been our constant companions, without whom we would not be here.
With apologies to Lord Hien and Mistress Alize, it occurs to me that we have not gathered in this way since that fateful day in Uldar.
The day I lost my arm and my freedom. As I lay in my cell, never did I dream that I would one day be given the chance to represent my homeland at this council. I would not even be alive had you not plucked me from the jaws of death. You, Yugiri, and Alphino. Would that the lad could be with us.
I too owe my presence here to Alphino, in so many ways. Until such time as he returns, I mean to carry on his good work as best I can.
Come, friend.
Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to click that.
Having heard the rumors of dissent in Garlemald, I dared to dream of a peaceable solution.
The Empire will not so easily change its ways.
I love the fact that this newer voice actor didn't change very much, or it might be even the same. Merloeb's
If
perfect.
the Garleans have a mind to take back Doma and Alamigo, we'll be hard-pressed to stop them, even with the might of 6 nations.
They still pick someone with that rough, rugged, I'm gonna kick your ass voice, and I love it.
But while we lack the strength to fight the tide, a course may yet present itself, if we read the winds aright.
The winds suggest but one course to me. One which leads from the sea unto the river and thence to the source of all our woes.
The Ascians.
Indeed. All here have felt their blighted touch. It was the bringers of chaos who nurtured the Archbishop's tyrannical ambitions. They who bestowed upon him the secrets of summoning, as they have so many others before and since. And while they remain, we shall know no peace.
That's true, Rich. But I mean, if you've met a lot of fishermen, it's not unheard of.
Our
Quite
objective
common.
is clear. The question is how to achieve it. That our enemy parades about in Xenos' skin poses problems in itself, but ere we get to them, how are we to infiltrate the Empire and get close enough to strike?
While I see the wisdom in targeting the Ascians, an assassination attempt on Garlean soil would do little to aid our cause, even were it to succeed. It's time we used our enemy's preferred tactic, subterfuge.
Of course you'd go for subterfuge.
You have an idea?
Speak your mind, Master Thancred. None here know the enemy better than the Scions, and you mayhap best of all. Whatever it is you propose, we will give it fair hearing. On that you have my word.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a
Very
roughness
well,
is
Admiral.
required.
My proposal is thus. We dispatch the shinobi to Imperial territory. There, they sow the rumor that the Crown Prince perished in the battle for Alamigo, and that the man parading around is in fact a corpse inhabited by a servant of darkness.
The truth?
Well, it does have the ring of truth about it. And were the Garleans to learn that their future ruler is a puppet, the Empire would be shaken to the core.
But at the risk of sounding stupid, would they actually believe such an unlikely story? I didn't.
Ordinarily not. But prior to his miraculous recovery, rumors of Xenos' death had already begun to circulate around the Empire. Ultimately, however, what the masses believe is not our chief concern. Our true objective is to create an opening for rival factions within Garlemald to exploit.
Okay, just make a rift.
Just as a war of succession erupted in the wake of Emperor Solus's death.
A war which raged until but recently, plunging the Imperial House into disarray as nephew and uncle grappled for the throne. It is no coincidence that one of Varus's first acts as Emperor was to name Xenos heir apparent, family feuds being so tiresome when armies are involved. Not all welcomed his choice of successor, however. There is no shortage of individuals who aspire to the throne, who would jump at any chance to seize power. The news that Xenos is not only dead, but a puppet to diabolical forces would be too enticing to ignore.
Why are they... Right? This is what I'm... Bruno, this is what I was thinking. I was like, why are we surrounding this? I know that Garlemald and the Garleans Empire is rooted in... I'm sorry, it's going to be very direct here. The Third Reich. The eagles, the imagery, the propaganda, and surrounding the one piece of propaganda that still stands. Because remember, they didn't have time to change the statues. It's kind of interesting. These guys are they are wonderful with their imagery. Final Fantasy, I mean. It's very interesting to watch.
The Empire would not be quick to recover from a second war of succession.
I am no stranger to infiltrating Imperial territory. With a team of operatives gathered from among the Alliance's finest, the plan should have a reasonable chance of success.
Dorma already has shinobi in place throughout the provinces. We stand ready to act, and act we must. What say you all?
They are griffins, but again, look at the Garlean
I'm for
imagery.
Master Thancred's proposal. We shine a light upon the Ascian and test the Empire's unity. 'Twas his plot that scuttled Doma's negotiations, was it not? Why then, if we can eliminate him, there may yet be a chance for peace.
And I agree with that, Rich. Even the United States. What made the big differences was the long hanging flags, the black on white, the military, even the military garb of the Garleans, how they stood in line. Like, it's very, very poignant imagery. But why are they surrounding these griffins? Well, look, they're eagles because their feet. There's imagery involved in that. There's a reason. I'm trying to dig into it.
Let us wage this war of subterfuge, that we may one day lay down our arms. Gods know we never will while the Ascians remain.
Oh, wait a second.
That way. Sorrow.
Wait. What just happened?
History must be changed.
Who is this? That start there?
Ahead looms a calamity. Ahead looms light, expunging all form and life.
I know that voice. Give me a second.
Twin dooms only you can forestall. Only you.
What's the matter?
That's what's his face, Old Warrior of Light. Albert, Adbert, A something.
Spies in our midst.
Nay, I sense no such presence.
Let expanse contract. Eon become instant.
Are you sure that's his voice?
Through wide the gates that we may pass.
Yes, I did. Rich, I'll give you that in a second.
Is it over?
Master Thancred!
for Fend. Bear him to a private chamber. Have every healer make ready.
Oh
Swiftly.
shit. I've never heard her raise her voice.
Master Thancred remains in slumber. Though his vital signs appear stable, he's unresponsive.
What could have done this? And why just him and not the others?
I'm afraid we could not identify the cause, milady. Our examinations revealed no wounds, nor the presence of any poisonous substances.
Gods, that only makes it worse. You're to let us know the moment there's any change, all right?
Thank you for coming. Knowing Thancred, he would apologize for being otherwise engaged at so crucial a juncture.
He doesn't apologize for shit.
In gifting us a course of action, Thancred sowed the seed of all that is to follow. We have but to nurture it as best we can. To him, I would say, rest easy, that he may wake to enjoy the fruits of our labors. Now, the matter of the mysterious voice must not be forgotten. Will you tell me exactly what happened?
I like this moment. We see Connie Senna as a very passive, as a very, I lead my people, but you do your thing. And she kind of sits in the back. This is where I like this. She's taking charge. She's showing us that she's also a leader, and I like that.
Before Thancred collapsed. It was accompanied by a severe headache, as if something were clutching at our minds. Did you experience the same thing?
She's usually too high. Very fair, Ben.
Between the voice and the pain, you felt as if you were somewhere else entirely.
Your testimony confirms my suspicion. That which you experienced was, I believe, your soul being plucked from your flesh. Called.
Called.
I myself examined Thancred. Reach out as I may, I could not sense in him the spark of life that is his soul. That Thancred alone was stricken so...
Yeah, let me believe it if I think something. No hints.
Whoever it may be.
But if that's true, where...
I know not. Yet one thing is plain. Whoever waits for you on the other side is possessed of a power unlike any I have ever known.
Yep, no hints. Let me figure it out on my own.
But may we leave
and if I'm wrong, let me be dead wrong. That's completely fine, because it'll be a bigger shock when I figure it out.
I may not be a scion anymore, but I'm no less a friend. Don't worry. I'll see to it that Thancred's well looked after. Just focus on solving this mystery.
Thank you, Lise.
All good, we got her. No big deal.
As the Elder Seedseer says, 'tis no ordinary individual we are dealing with. Nor can we discount the possibility of Ascian involvement.
Very possible it's that Ascian, I don't know.
Whatever is
But it does
behind
sound like
us, the sooner we
Albert.
find out, the better.
Very much, Alan, and in this scene we're being shown her leadership, which I find that we didn't get a lot of, generally speaking, in the game. So, before continuing, yes, I figured out who the Shadow Hunter is. This girl got into Praetorium this weekend as I was doing the roulettes. And I was like, wait a why are you pointing a gunblade at me? What? Oh, and then it hit me. I was like, son of a bitch, Van Belsar. It was a moment. I even screamed it to my kid, and she was like, what? Who's Van Belsar? And I'm like, that guy. And then the next thing, I even went to my Discord and went to the spoiler section and said, it's Van Belsar. Because I knew it right then and there. I was like, oh, there you go. But yeah, I was pretty impressed with that. I also put in my Discord is something I'm thinking. Garlanes just don't fucking die, do they? That was Urianger. He heard the voice too. In Thanalan. I had my I had my suspicions. Do they? But if the voice spoke to Urianger, there could be little doubt. Spions were... Oh my god. Targeted. By whom? We don't know. Get me to mad face. Bum bum bum. You've learned Endure. Okay, Ali, say, what do you got? Prelude in Violet. Rendezvous avec Urianger. Why? I thought I fixed it. Hold on, we will fix it right now. Because I thought I had updated it. I might not have updated the... Hold on. We will fix it, I promise. Invite people. Copy. Almost there. Oh, I'm almost there. Yeah, it's the old fucking link. Okay, update it. And put in. Okay, we'll go. Pray go to the rising stones. Like, hear themselves talk, and I don't like to die. Pretty much. Man. Lizard on a chair. I love it. My dog is playing with the carpet. What a butt. Oh, okay. I didn't have to teleport, and that cost me 0 gil. Love that for me. Of course, that's the first thing I think about. Urianger!
Urianger! Gods, it's good to see you.
Would that our meeting were under happier circumstances. I judged the voice sufficient cause for concern even before you sent word of its effect on our comrade.
I'm so glad he's voice acted. Listen, Urianger is a character that needs to be fully voice acted. Because fuck reading that.
You heard it too, then?
Yes, he did. We talked about this, Y'shtola. You were there.
Aye. And all but certainly at the selfsame instant. Alas, pained as I was, I could make little sense of what few words did then reach mine ears.
Dude, I even feel bad for the voice actor. He's really good. Thank you, by the way. But... reach then mine ears.
Could this be the Ascians doing?
That I cannot say.
Isn't he
Not
Ellison?
when so little is known. Ere I indulge in speculation, I would examine Thancred with mine own eyes.
Oh, Urianger.
To Alamigo, then, without further delay.
One other thing. During my visit to the Far East, I observed a strange phenomenon.
Thou referrest, I presume, to the localized reduction in etheric density.
Well, that spares me the trouble of an explanation. Yes, I noted precisely that at 2 apparently unconnected locations. I take it the phenomenon is not limited to the Far East.
Indeed. Of late, our agents charged with surveilling the beast tribes have spoken of little else. In every corner of the realm, they tell of places in which the ether hath grown thin. Naturally, my suspicions first turned to primal activity, but the areas thus affected betray no evidence of summoning. I must confess to being quite perplexed.
There you go, something he doesn't
If
know.
the same phenomenon is being observed in multiple locations on opposite sides of the world, we may safely discount regional factors. Needless to say, this warrants further investigation.
Indeed. I shall make it my task to... The voice. It calleth to me once more.
Oh shit, okay.
I hear it too.
Only you. Only you. Throw wide the gates.
Gates to what? Yeah, he could DM me.
Can't be happening!
Okay.
Y'shtola, Urianger,
They're soulless.
open your eyes, I beg you.
Oh my god, fuck Microsoft Teams. One of our clients uses that and I'm like, why?
Say something. Anything.
I don't think they're dead. I really don't. They're not. The setup isn't right. Like, they're not dead. Hoary Boulder. We have borne them to private chamber. Tell me, is it true, Master Thancred? I'm afraid so. I will send word to Lise. Take my heart, lady. The world is full of scholars and knowledgeable folk. Yeah, but one of the most knowledgeable folk is now out. And first things, our comrades will have questions. Okay. I promised I'd visit someone in Limsa. He's been waiting at Maelstrom Command for a while now. You know, you should come along. I think he'd be glad to see you. Okay. Yeah, there's something going on. Something fucked up. Something about gates. Which I don't know any gates. I can't think of any gates. The only gates that we knew of are, what, Garlemald? And even then, we're dealing with that now. That doesn't make... I'm interested to see where this goes. Oh, absolutely. So we shall go see. I see you. I'm gonna kick my dog to the curb here. The jumping puzzles. Oh my god, I hate the jumping puzzles in the Gold Saucer. I really do. I'm so bad. Especially the one where you're at the building and it's like the statue. What the fuck? Fuck that one so much. The After Castle. The After Castle. I love Limsa. Limsa's my favorite spot because I can listen to everybody's barding. Jesus Christ, the weather's beautiful. Like, it makes her a beautiful look. Alright. No, I have not. Maelstrom took him in. Greater than all. Kugane is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. mouse and keyboard, so it's like turn a little bit, jump, turn a little more, jump. Oh.
Here he is, my lady.
Gabu, it's been too long.
I'm afraid there's been no change. If he can see or hear us, he has given no sign.
That makes me so happy.
You're still fighting. I'm proud of you.
Alice, I have not cried in one stream. Let's not make it a record, okay? Whew.
We promised that we would come and visit you together, didn't we? Alphino and I. I'm sorry that we haven't managed that yet.
Oh, okay, that's... I already did it. I lost.
With the three of us like this, does it not remind you of that night? Of the stars beyond count twinkling in the heavens? I was feeling pretty low back then. Powerless. But I knew that my brother was close by if I needed him, and that the others would be waiting for me back at the Rising Stones. Not right now.
But you've got Gabu.
I've seen my share of trouble since coming to Eorzea. Been reminded again and again of my limitations, of how little I can change about this world. And I've come to know the sorrow of parting all too well. But to have the people I hold dear struck down before my eyes, and be powerless to help them, that I cannot bear.
You don't have this burden to bear alone.
No, I don't. You're right. It's pure arrogance to imagine I can solve everything by myself. You'd think I'd have learned that by now. Thank you. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Small moments like this really make the game feel real. It's a really good moment. I feel like I helped Alice. PB.
Well,
and little PB.
That's more than enough brooding for one day. Come on. We have friends to save.
What do we do with Gabu? Can we keep him? Can we keep... Where'd he go? I want to keep him! She's going through a lot. I mean, it's one thing to lose people and lose friends, but a brother that you grew up with your entire life is a different story, let alone a twin. I mean, I grew up with a sister that is close enough in age people have called us twins. No, I want to adopt a Gabu. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Everybody cool's here. I just want to like adopt Gabu and make him my unofficial son with Pippin. Fucking oh man, Gabu story still gets me. Okay, I got like 3 tiers out, so we were doing all right. Something random. Did you know that 2 years ago, live action series was announced? Oh. That's very fair. That seems like something that would happen, to be honest. Listen, it's been a rough 2 years. I will begin reaching out to the myriad of guilds, institution of Eorzea. Traditionally, grandfather and Milfilia had a wealth of connections. Well, there you go. Potato and Beastman. Interesting family you're building. How could you not adopt Gabu? Look at him. Okay, have your own part to play. I know it's bigger than most, so I won't keep you. Just promise that you'll visit me from time to time. Okay. Na 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 na. I don't get the prelude in Violet yet. Like the name of the quest. Usually the name of the quests are pretty smart. Oh my god, Lux, yes.
The Populares no longer present an obstacle. Now is the time to bring the Empire's might to bear. A word from your Radiance is all it takes. But one word, and the Imperial army will fall upon Alamigo as a pack of bloodthirsty wolves and tear the Federation apart.
This guy's getting pretty horny for destruction again. Maybe there's still a little bit of Xenos left in there.
Have you no words for me? Despite the lengths I go to, an emissary playing the part of a fool.
Okay, puppy.
When first I
That's
took
enough.
this face, I swore to use all of my
Oh, okay, it is Dacian.
to further the cause of the Empire. And with this adamant flesh at my disposal, I could destroy the Icon Slayer as easily as one might swat a fly.
Okay, so we're getting the confirmation that this is what happened. That's good. Oh, excuse me.
Our enemy is resourceful. Though victory is certain now, it will not remain so indefinitely. Deliberate if you must, but be quick about it. We'll
Hello,
speak again
Vincent.
when you have unburdened yourself of doubt. Until then, I take my leave, Father.
There is a lot of backhanded compliments there. A lot of backhanded shit.
I should be the one to sigh. I played my part to perfection. I had earned my rest, and then thanks to La Habrea's crowning act of idiocy, our favorite emissary sees fit to summon me back. Elidibus was ever a warrior. A most tiresome trait, would you not agree?
Hey, Garlean. Why the side? It's usually used in movies to make you feel uncomfortable.
Either? No matter. I've long grown weary of this mummery. Now, my dearest grandson, let me remind you of your place in the simplest of terms. You do not make judgments, you administer them. Swiftly and to the letter. Naught else is your concern.
Okay.
Elidibus may be an insufferable bore, but he is no fool. His choices as emissary seldom err. If aught threatens the balance twixt light and dark, it falls to you to remove it.
He's putting him in his place. He don't like it.
By your own hands or by your armies, you have ample means at your disposal.
It's a lecture.
That is why this empire exists, why I built it.
Solus Zos Galvus. This is such an interesting scene. This is a...
Oh dear. Have I touched a nerve? You always were an easy one to read. I pity you, I do. As they say, ignorance is bliss. And I know how much happier you would be not knowing the things you know. The founding father was an Ascian, and he created the Empire solely for the purpose of sowing the seeds of chaos. Don't take it personally. I merely do my duty. To bring about a calamity requires no small amount of power. And there is no surer way to obtain such power than by collecting powerful pawns. To that end, I have labored long and hard, and I must say I am quite pleased with my handiwork, paltry though it seems in comparison to Alag.
Shut him up.
You fiends are overfond of your own voices.
I thought that was a Garlean trait.
Mark me, Ascian. Man is the master of his own destiny.
I didn't expect it, Ben, at all. The fucker's back! That's right, Ascian.
Waste of time and energy, both yours and mine.
Shut him up for a second.
Lest you forget you are Emperor now. If you wish to spout drivel about man's destiny, save it for the masses. It will serve to give them a sense of purpose, and you pliant pieces for the game. Oh, do stop sulking, boy. You, of all people, should understand. Ours is a struggle to restore both mankind and the world to their rightful state. Viewed thus, our goals are one and the same.
I'd shoot him just for fun. This is interesting. So, the Garlean Empire is created by Ascians. Wonderful. Oh shit, we're going back. Alright. I got thoughts. Ah! And Van Belsar. Even the red tattered jacket. Son of a bitch. We know that jacket. What in the world? Oh. Slaughter. Dead, all dead, and I see no wounds, no evidence of battle. Damn, they finally used it. The Empire developed a alchemical weapon in Girabanya, a gas, Black Rose, it was called. And if you breathed it, you breathed it your last. And that did this. I thought the project abandoned, its vile fruit destroyed, but naught else could have brought on such atrocity. Fools. What do they hope to gain with this butchery? They cannot see a rule. They cannot see that a rule won through terror will not endure. How many more provinces must they lose? I do like his little beard, though. It's kind of nice. This is the work. This is not the work of men, but monsters, the Asians. It cannot be a coincidence that their trail led us here. Such a crime does bear the mark of the bringers of chaos. Black Rose cannot be allowed to kill again. We must find the Asians and put an end to their plot. Now we're looking at death. Music fits. Okay, stop for a second. That's why the history violet. There you go. I got the reason why for the name of the quest. So first things first. The head emperor is still alive and is an Asian. He is an It's always been Asians running that fucking joint. And Xenos and the actual ruler dude is kind of angry that he's now got to follow them, and they're kind of pissed at him that he doesn't want to follow. So I see a little bit of a conflict. That's kind of cool. It's interesting, the character that we were introduced to. Because I don't know much about cinematography. I'm French, that word was hard. I do know a few things because I watch a lot of documentaries. And when they tilt the camera, it's not a natural position. It's meant to unnerve the viewer. It's typically meant to show something big's happening or to make you uneasy, maybe a little scared, maybe a little awkward. Okay? It's meant to make you know that whatever's happening right now isn't normal. Okay? And think about the movies you've seen that in and you're like, yeah, I see you. I figured, yeah. The music was also a very interesting tell. It was joyous. It was up. I found it very... Usually when you get the Garlean Empire, you get evil. Where here you got a very like upbeat, a very... mockery of... If you guys have ever heard Maxwell's Silver Hammer, which, Google that. Whatever you're doing, Google it. Okay, if you've never heard it, you need to hear it. It is music genius. But that music's off. Like, it doesn't fit the situation. We are now learning that the bad of the bad is happening now. That the baddest of bad guys is actually ahead of the bad guys. Like, it's supposed to be like a really like scary what the fuck moment, but the music don't match. And typically there's a reason for that. It helps in that unnerving, that help. Again, Maxwell's Silver Hammer. The Beatles. I know it's the Beatles. Okay? Because once if you listen to that song, you get it. Maxwell Silverhammer is a song that is very upbeat, and it's actually like really good. It's like da 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 da. But the song's about a serial killer. It's meant to be a terrible song, but the beat is supposed to catch you. It's incredibly powerful, and it shows the power of music ahead of the power of the lyrics. So the music tells a story and the lyrics tell another. That's kind of what we're getting in this scene. The camera tells you a story. The different angles, the different position he sits in, that's telling us there's something way off. More than just that it's an Ascian. There's something off. Way off. So it's there's a ball. Okay, let's go check out the ball. So it's quite interesting.
Come.
Oh.
Though I'm afraid there's little in the way of good news. After you left, we reached out to both the Alchemists Guild and Stillglade Fane and attempted all manner of treatments. But the results were always the same. Whatever the answer is, it's not alchemy or conjuring. Why did it have to be Y'shtola and Urianger and not me? Out of all of us, they are the ones who could feasibly have solved this puzzle.
Alice.
What's all going wrong? Where do we even start?
A grave situation indeed. Might I be of some assistance?
I don't work there. Oh, Kryl! Krill!
Kryl! I did not think you well enough to travel.
When word reached me of the plight of our friends, I could not well stay away. As a fellow scion, not to mention your erstwhile mentor, this is one of those times you should feel free to call on me, regardless of my personal circumstances.
Oh my goodness,
yes,
Nintendonius.
I should have thought of that.
I'm sorry, that's... Whew.
Thank you for coming, Kryl. We would welcome your insight.
Yeah, no, we need help.
And I should be happy to provide it. Now, what's this I hear about Alphino heading into Imperial territory? That boy always did have some funny ideas. Do you remember the speech he gave when he was accepted to the Studium?
My life's goal is naught less than the salvation of this star.
That particular grand pronouncement has been a source of great embarrassment to him, as you know. But the fact of the matter is, he meant every word and has lived his life accordingly.
I'm come to find out that the female Lalas are amazing and it's the male ones that are evil, except Papa Sean. I'm kidding.
Yes, he remains altruistic to a fault. But I'm worried he was too fixated on his goals to see the dangers, as has happened before.
Fair.
You needn't be so concerned. Though his values remain the same, Alphino is not the blinkered boy he once was.
And your stepson.
Slowly but surely his eyes have been opened. Thanks to a certain someone.
She's talking about me. Oh,
a
that's
certain
hair.
someone whom he'd be mortified to learn had heard about his little speech. Mum's the word, eh?
Potatoes. You're killing me.
Right, I'd better have a look at our patients. They're in the infirmary, I assume. I'll need absolute quiet, so it would be best if I did this alone. If you'll excuse me.
She's so sweet. Oh no, she's not. It's not possible. Not plausible.
All three are in fine physical health. At a glance, I would say they were merely sound asleep. Except for the fact that I couldn't sense the slightest trace of them in their bodies. It's as if their souls have taken leave of their physical forms.
Ah, Yes. The Elder Seedseer made a similar observation.
Couldn't tell it to her before she, you know.
I've read the report. When you heard this mysterious voice, you described feeling as if you were somewhere else, yes?
I don't know, Lux. She's new to me, 100%.
If we assume the ether which comprises your essence is being drawn to some other place, then it may be possible to follow the trail it leaves behind, just as we did in our search for Thancred. I wasn't around for that, but I can't imagine it was easy.
Oh!
It wasn't, but that's no reason not to try. I will have need of Master Matoya's crystal eye if I'm even to make the attempt. So I suggest we pay her a visit.
That's what the ball is. Off on a mission. Potato on a mission. Love it. Da-da-dum, da-da-dum. That's what the ball is. We knew that. Alright, hold on. Right there. Alright, I will be right back. 100%, I gotta pee. Right back. I'm just gonna leave the screen on, the big one. Bear with me. Where are you? There you are. 30 seconds. There. I'm back, I'm coming. Just be a second. I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. Okay. Nope. Wrong button. That's the button. Hi. I'm back. Sorry. I got the bladder the size of a 2-year-old. I'm the person that needs to pee every hour on a trip somewhere because necessary. Necessary. Bum, bum, bum. Wait, where the fuck am I going? That way. Go to see grandmother. In French, we call them mimia. Mi-mer. Mi-mer. Mimia. Ahoy! I fly here, though. Y'all impressed yet? Listen, after you have kids there's no helping you. Or, my other favorite thing is you have, like, caffeine. Caffeine is the other thing that kills me. I drink a lot of caffeine in a day. We survive on caffeine. So, small bladder, caffeine. I live in the washroom. It is what it is. That's right, I have full light. I've been trying to get it. Slowly getting there. How much time do I got for streaming? I got about another 45 minutes in. That's the goal. So for those of you who don't know, I typically stream 2 hours a night. On Wednesdays, the shorter stream, and I actually upped it to an hour and a half. So we get a little bit more. And then coming in November, I have every Friday off. So we'll be having a 3-hour stream on Thursdays. Because I get to sleep in a little bit. We might make it.
Come to disturb my peace again, have you? I hide myself away in a cave, and still you people insist on pestering me with your problems. Oh, I mistook you for young what's-his-name, but I see now you're the sister. Weren't you supposed to be the lively one? I've seen happier faces at a rain-sodden burial.
Well, I'm sorry to dash your expectations, but the situation isn't exactly conducive to gaiety.
Our little sasspot.
Ha! That's more like it. Stoller used to spit and hiss like a wildcat too. Better for a young thing like you to be filled with fire and leave the doom and gloom to your elders.
I love that.
Now, what exactly does this tragic situation of yours have to do with me?
If I may, Master Matoya, we have need of your crystal eye once more.
I love the old lady sass. I will be Matoya, but in brightly colored eyeshadow.
And Stoller is one of the afflicted, is she? Very well. She may be an ungrateful stray, but she's my ungrateful stray, and I'll not see her buried before I am.
I love the sass. It's everything to me. Y'all know the rules, don't break it. Don't break it, Kyle.
Right, let us see. I'll begin from where our friends first fell and cast my senses out.
She's my ungrateful stray. I love this. Is just it's. My grandmother used to talk like that. She didn't call me a stray, but she had that sass, that love behind the sass.
What is it? Did you find them?
This doesn't make sense. But how is it even possible?
How is what possible? Kryl, what did you see?
The threads, they just ended. And no, I didn't lose track of them. I followed them as far as they went. It's as if they were cut off.
Could their ether have dissipated if it had? Oh gods!
That's a very real sounding oh gods.
It's like the Broodmother's daughter all over again.
No, this is different. The Kalyana girl was already dead, body and soul, when Lakshmi effected her resurrection.
Aye, let's not jump to conclusions. If their physical forms yet breathe and show no signs of wasting, then it follows that their souls must still be intact somewhere.
But where?
That's the question, isn't it, girl? Death has not taken them to the ethereal sea, yet there are no tracks left for us to follow.
We're no closer to an answer than when we started. But knowing their souls are still out there is progress of a sort. We just have to keep looking.
Okay.
Pray, excuse me a moment. Yes? I remember, but... What, to Alamigo? We're on our way. That was Lise. Apparently, a group of Populares have defected to Alamigo, and Maxima, the envoy Alphino left with, is one of them. I'm sorry. I realize we've barely begun here.
Go, child, go! You've made up your mind, and life's too short for dithering.
I love that Matoya likes her very much.
I'll
It's
do
a-
some digging in the meantime and see if there isn't some other method we could use to continue the search.
Let's be off then.
Did you guys see that though? Matoya loves Cryo.
Oh, not again. The enchantment barely seems to take these days. I chalk it up to old age, but I rather doubt it's that simple.
Before they took ill, Y'shtola and Urianger were sharing notes on a thinning of the ether. It seems to be happening all over.
Does it now? And here I was, all set to blame my woes on that creaking mountain of refuse clogging up the Thaliac. I fear something has gone awry. Still, there's naught to be gained from starting in shadows. You can only do what can be done, and that but...
So something's taking the ether. Or thinning, or drying it out. So that was the woman who tamed Y'shtola. I had a feeling of distinct grab by the scruff of the neck. Can't be bad news. Lise would have said. Let's go check it out. I'll be praying for good news. Cool. But Matoya loves Alice. She also likes Alfino. People like that, and I mean I'm saying this out of experience because my grandmother was the same. They tease and poke and probe because they like you. And her going into... Jesus! That one's expensive. On one house. You guys are too awesome. I don't doubt that Y'shtola never needed to be tamed. The way I look at it is I think Y'shtola walked in with that kind of attitude and Toya liked her. Liked the gumption. And that's where she's at now. It's at least that if I go with how she treated Alice, because right then and there she was ready. She was, yep, nope, you are my new bestie. I have no idea why you guys don't just let me walk into places. Like a third place. Would you like to walk in? Yes. Yes, I would. I like you. You're Mr. Nice Guy. I really like you. Obviously.
I'm sorry to drag you halfway across the realm, but when Maxima mentioned Alphino, I thought you'd want to hear the news in person.
Keep hitting the mic and I'm sorry. Control the sass and use it at the opportune moments, like little sons.
Ah, we meet again. Though I was hoping our reunion would be under more auspicious circumstances.
You're a very
What
nice
happened to
man.
my brother? Where is Alphino?
Calm your
Never
little
fear,
sass
my
pot
lady.
down.
Your brother was in fine health when I took my leave of him, and I have no reason to assume that has changed.
You assume?
If you will allow me, I shall endeavor to explain events.
Yes, the little waddle is everything.
Our troubles began not long after we departed Doma. While crossing the burn, we were fired upon by the Emperor's personal guard and forced to make an emergency landing. As we stumbled from the wreckage, our attackers fell upon us again, and we would have perished there and then were it not for the intercession of a third party, a band of mercenaries whose leader claimed to pursue a vendetta against the Ascians. This shadow hunter, as he styled himself, then escorted us out of the wastes to relative safety.
Okay. They're guard laden, and they don't recognize him.
Upon
Well
arriving
then.
back in civilization, I gathered my Populares colleagues and prepared to flee the Empire. Master Alphino, however, declined the invitation to join us, preferring to continue his investigation into the Ascian threat.
It'll be like the biggest Broforce meeting.
Well, at least he's not lying in a heap in the burn.
Oh. Sorry, hang now. Yeah.
Tell us more about these Ascian hunters. Who are they? And is Alphino still with them?
Not every girl. Yeah, but Alan. Alan, he was like a leader, dude. You know what I mean? That's like not knowing your Minister of Finance.
As to who they are, I'm afraid I have nothing to tell you. Beyond the fact that they root out and destroy Ascians, they were unwilling to divulge anything which might serve to identify them. They wouldn't
That's
even
true
reveal
too,
their
Pucky.
next destination. But Master Alphino asked to accompany them all the same. Since parting company with your brother, we've been engaged in a game of cat and mouse with the Emperor's Guard. We made our way through province after province, finding the army busy restoring order wherever we went, until we finally arrived here in Alamigo. I cannot thank Commander Aldin enough for giving us such an unexpectedly warm welcome.
Dude, he walked into enemy territory and that was the warmest welcome he got. The fuck?
I'm not inclined to turn away refugees, no matter which land they call home. And if they can tell me how things lie in Garlemald, all the better.
My man.
On that subject, there is much I would tell you. During the course of our journey, we heard tales that an entire rebel army had been slaughtered in the space of a single night. It would seem my former comrades grew tired of putting down uprisings in the conventional manner, and chose instead to bring a formidable new weapon to bear. Details were sparse, but the rumor alone was enough to dampen the flames of rebellion. I have also heard reports that several companies have withdrawn from their designated provinces and begun marching westward. It is my assessment that the Empire's forces are mobilizing for a large-scale military engagement.
Well, thank you, Darian. I appreciate that kindly. I was waiting for the... I heard the thing and I was waiting for it to come up. I appreciate that. Welcome aboard again.
You mean they're getting ready to invade Alamigo?
And spoiler alert, Darian's actually my first member ever. It's in my it's in my credits at the end of my video. And I've now got a consistent one made, so you'll see it.
So soon.
We've barely even begun to shore up our defenses. They won't stop an invading army.
War were declared. Yep. Yeah, but we knew it was coming.
They won't.
And you guys are telling this to somebody you've just met.
Dispatch messengers to the Alliance leadership requesting reinforcements, and send word to our officers in the field to hasten completion of those border fortifications. Prepare to meet the Imperials head on! No matter how quickly we act, we still want for time. When the enemy comes into view, our best recourse will be to open negotiations with their commander.
There will
See
be,
that
Bruno.
The ensuing proceedings take as long as possible.
It's set for in an hour from now, so should be good. Or 2 hours. I don't remember. Something like that.
Would you and Alize head to Doma and let Lord Hien know about this? I'm sure he'll want to hear about Alphino too.
It's only down for like an hour or two. It's not too bad.
Consider it done.
Oh shit, we are back in opening gates.
Sorrow must be changed.
I'm telling you, that sounds like Albert.
Looms a calamity. Beyond become instant. Throw wide the gates.
Throw wide the gates.
Well, at least we're both still standing.
Oh, thank the gods. I thought we'd lost you for a moment there. Why does this keep happening?
I wish I knew. Nothing we've tried has brought us any closer to an answer. We'll keep working on it. But first, we need to go and see Lord Hien.
Well, she doesn't have the echo. That's the secret. She wasn't a Scion. Ida was. Aha, Bruno, I think I'm not paying attention. Mama's paying attention. Alright, shall we say what's going on? Alfino is safe. I'm actually kind of glad to go see Hian. I'm sure you are. I don't know what gates they're talking about. That's the thing I don't... Like, I'm trying to think of a gate that I know of. I'm trying to understand what gate we could be throwing wide. And, like, I can think of Garlemald's gates being opened. But that don't make any sense. There's something... Why would the shadow thing talk to me like that over Garlemald? And usually the only person that can touch me is Heidelin. So, no I don't. I was hoping to save up for a house in beautiful Ul'dah. That's the goal. No, not Ishgard. Fuck Ishgard. Listen, I'm Canadian. I live in Ishgard. I'm good. There's enough snow here for me for all of it. Greetings. For my friends, we'll be discussing the future endeavors of our newly formed alliance. I love it. Everybody's there. The Kojin. Aww. I love that. Oh, does Ishgard have gates too? You've joined from Naxia. General Damalska. This is good. Hingashi. I want Hingashi be nice. Isn't that Kugane? Kugane, Ul'dah, Gridania. Those are the three that I would be okay with. I do not want Ishgard. Listen, if you've ever had zero snow, 100%. Shirogane. Okay. I hate snow. Like, if I made a lot more money, I would move to Vancouver. Because it's still Canada, and it doesn't fucking snow. I hate it. Freaking knows his fate. Never known. As far as his deployment forces, I agree Alamigo would be wiser to shore up its borders with all haste. Every report we receive from Shinobi indicates massing of troops in western provinces, but certain that the Empire is poised to bring its fist down upon Eorzea. Nersh. Oh my god, I love Nersh. Nersh is such a beautiful city. That's it, Ivescent. I only have to, like, wait a day or two and it goes away. I live in one of the snowier provinces. It sucks. When it's 4 a.m. and you've got to go to work for 7 a.m. and you're digging out your car? No? No. Oh, you're in Michigan? Yeah. Yeah, you get it. You get it. I will come too if you don't mind, though I am no Yestola. I might be able to draw some insight. Saskatchewan? Yeah, you guys get like that dry snap cold. In rain. I don't mind the rain. Your mounts are saddled and ready. Money? Yeah, I live on the east coast of Canada. We get a lot of snow, a lot of ice. And it's here from like November to April. Burn y'all to the faction. Come join me, the Overlook, and the House of the Fierce. I love that name. Yup. So over it. Sayru's Wall. Is that the gates I'm gonna be opening? Hello, Kristen, Ontario. Yes, Ontario is pretty close to us. The only difference is we get more humid. Our weather is much more humid. That's it, because we're sitting on the Atlantic Ocean. I can see the Atlantic Ocean from my apartment. I'm actually in a city that's right there. I'm not saying that to be an ass. But yeah, like, We live right next to it. Listen, if cold's only fun when you don't have to shovel it. Just saying. Just saying. Second you gotta shovel it, it ain't fun anymore. Oh. That's a dungeon. PEI. Yep. We get very, very similar weather to PEI. Oh, the humid summers. Yep, we get those. They're not fun. Never saw a drop of snow. I'm so jealous it hurts. Head to the burn. Again. Listen, last time we were here it sucked. miles from a river and the coast. I live, I walked to my garage today where my car was getting repaired.
Have matters well in hand.
And you can very well see the ocean. Like, it's a 3-minute walk.
Should the barrier work as we intend, Doma will be free to reinforce her allies in Alamigo without fear of weakening her own borders.
Yep. Very that, Ivicent.
Honored friends, the time has come to put your hard work to the test. Start the generator.
Start the generator. I love that. Very anime, like, full. Yeah, I can see it from here. I've grown up by the coast. It's a normal phenomenon. When I met my husband, he was fishing. Good, I'm not too late. Okay. No, I don't. I'm not really big into anime, and it's just an odd age group. Because by the time anime was getting big here in the West, I was just a little bit too old for Sailor Moon.
Expansion remains smooth.
And I just never picked up on it. That's all. Look at the barrier.
4,000. 5,000. Target altitude reached. The barrier is holding steady at 5,000 yards. We've done it.
That's just not something I ever got into. I'm not opposed to it. It just never happened. Then again, I don't watch a whole lot of shows. Oh, we're gonna test it.
Imperial airship. Of all the rotten timing.
I think
this is a gift, Mistress Alize. They can test our new wool for us.
Robotech. I've never even heard of it. Like I said, I'm very, very green when it comes to anime. Go Kerplunk! Yay! Just like a fly in a fly trap. Love it.
Seems solid enough, though I was hoping for a fireball.
I love that. Well, my sister was watching it, and I would make fun of her for it. The other thing is I would watch a lot of Card Captors. That was the one I watched. Your timing is poor.
By the gods. It's Alpha, no. What are you? Let me go! He has my brother!
Yes, I watched it.
Lower the barrier.
Card Captor Ideology. Oh my god. Well, now you know. Now we're pretty happy it wasn't a fireball, but that was a really funny comment.
Be at ease, girl. The lad is not dead, merely locked in slumber.
No, not him too.
Fuck. When we got hit with it, he got hit with it too. Fuck.
We could identify no cause and found no remedy. Thus I sought to return him to Doma, and into the arms of Lord Hien himself, it would seem. It is a day for fated reunions. Would you not agree, adventurer? Or should I address you as the Warrior of Light?
Should I address you as Gaius Van Belsar? I did figure it out. I only figured it out because I did Praetorium. And then I was like... So I got Praetorium in a roulette, and I was like... So now the red jacket, the masks, the everything. I was like, the gunblade? Son of a bitch. These guys just don't die.
Aye. Gaius Van Belsar, the Black Wolf. That was the title I was given. One I have long since relinquished.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I would not have done Praetorium, I would not have known. Okay? So let me fully admit that I was coming in blank until I luckily it was Praetorium. Luckily got Praetorium on the roulette. So no, I did not know until then. And then I was like, so yeah.
Stand down.
It's lucky.
The legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion died in Castrum Meridianum. I am no more than Gaius Belsar, a man without rank or allegiance.
Impossible. There's no way you could have survived.
Yes, Gaius, explain that. I want to know.
Do you remember how it unfolded?
I remember very clearly. I did it this weekend.
How I was deceived by La Habrea? How I was convinced that reviving the Ultima weapon would allow me to bring peace to Eorzea?
Oh, very that. Like, there's nothing about him himself that...
So many others, all to further the restoration of his wretched god.
Yeah, there was never, like, there was no indication of him. Like, his red jacket was a big hint once I got to Praetorium. The gunblade, the mask. That all made sense once I got there. But until I seen it again, I had no goddamn clue. So.
Yet even with the might of Alec at my command, you bested me. And as the Praetorium went up in flames, I was content to burn along with it. For a moment at least. A moment of folly. To surrender my life thus would have been to betray all who died for my cause. It was for them that I dragged myself free of the rubble, and swore vengeance on the Ascians.
Okay, so he got fucked. Understandable. To be fair, your entire people are ran by Ascians, and now we know that. So. I like his voice. I do.
The Black Wolf has shed his pelt. Never to return to Garlemald or her legions. My principal quarry was to be La Habrea, whom I gather you have since ushered into oblivion.
It's what I do.
But so many more remain. Long as their kind lurked in the shadows, laboring to sow chaos throughout our world, I would see each and every one dragged into the light and put to the sword. Are the Scions not of like
What a
mind?
beautiful, beautiful cutscene right there.
In this single respect, perhaps.
Then I shall continue the partnership the boy began, and share what intelligence I have acquired. Among the Ascians, the Black-Masked Ilk are subordinate to those who wear red. This you already know.
Yeah. Excuse me, itchies.
Yet among the red there exists a hierarchy. Those set adrift with the shards clearly stand below those still joined to the source. Nabriales, who once dared to intrude upon the Rising Stones, belonged to the former group, and while he was indeed a dangerous foe, his powers were inconsequential next to the paragons of the source. The first was La Habrea, who plagues us no more. There is also the white-robed Elidibus, and the elusive Emmett Selk, about whom...
Okay.
We have files on Laha Brea and Elidibus, but I believe this Emmet Selk is new to us.
Okay.
As I assume my brother told you, we have evidence to suggest that an Ascian now walks in the body of the Crown Prince. Have you identified this interloper?
Interlopers are one of my favorite, like, nerdy game words.
Elidibus seems the most likely culprit. As emissary, it is his role to maintain the equilibrium between darkness and light. Your many deeds in Hydaelyn's name have upset the balance, and I believe he seeks to restore it by throwing his considerable power behind the Empire. As a leader of the Ascians, he is one of our primary targets. It was on the trail of this very prey that the boy and I came across the scene of a failed uprising. In the absence of a single Garlean casualty, we inspected the bodies of the rebels, and the lack of any external injury drew my immediate attention. They had been slain by Black Rose, an alchemical invention of the Imperial Army. When I yet served as legatus, I ordered its production halted and all stockpiles destroyed. Toxic gas is not a tool of conquest, but of extermination.
Toxic gas? This must be the new weapon Maxima warned us about. Something deadly enough to sweep away all resistance in a matter of hours. Gods. You don't think they're planning to use this in Alamigo, do you?
Put your fears to rest. We infiltrated the production facility and destroyed all existing stores of the chemical along with the plant itself. Even should they rebuild the operation, they will not soon manufacture another batch. Regardless, I would draw your attention to a directive we discovered in the plant's records. The document was marked with a recent date and authorized with the signature of one Zeno Galvas.
A dead man signing the death warrant for thousands. 'Tis bad comedy.
Ian.
But the tale does not end there. Within that same facility was a chamber filled with devices of elegant design. Cloning technology, we realized. And what should we find in each and every incubator? But a young Emperor Solus.
He's cloning himself?
All of which prompts the question, were the Ascians responsible for these abominations? Or was it the will of the Emperor?
Or
I
both.
must know which hand guides the Empire. Though I have given up my rank, I am yet a son of Garlemald, and I will fight for the future of my homeland.
Professionals have
It is time I
standards.
return to the hunting of shadows. We should focus on our common foe. To reopen old quarrels now would serve no purpose.
I don't like how
You saved my
that was
brother's
pronounced.
life, so I'm willing to let sleeping dogs lie. But in truth, it's not my decision to make.
Oh, stop with your frowny face.
There was a time when I scorned those who placed their faith in false gods, even as I, in my blinkered conviction, place mine in Ascian promises.
Yeah, but doesn't the Ascians just go into other bodies? Like, they can just take the dead body? I'm not sure why they would have needed to expire the body. He could have just went back in and be like, really? That was rude.
Unlike yours, my strength of will and my restraint was found wanting. We shall meet again, warrior of light.
Put the barrier back up.
So that was the infamous Black Wolf. An unexpected ally, to say the least.
Having backups is nice. No, exactly. I don't. The clones are for something else. I can't think of what, because he doesn't need them.
Well, I am content to leave the fine-tuning of the barrier to cleverer minds. Let us bid our friends from the Ironworks farewell, and see what can be done for Alphino back in Dorma.
What do you see, little peepee? Pet the dog. Okay. Alphino is safely enclosed in a private chamber. My finest healers. Personality. Oh, that's terrible, Bruno. I've spoken to the physician. No outward signs of illness. He's asleep, which he cannot be woken like the others. It seems the land of the Empire were not far enough away to escape the cursed voice. I share your frustrations, Adise. I do. But Alphino has returned to us alive and otherwise unharmed. I can't imitate him, I'm sorry. Until you can fulfill your duties as Scion, yours and your brother's both. You're right. Of course, these arrangements need to be made, and little time to make them. To my business. Now we know Siru's wall works. Can we have help? Yeah. Pray beware, however, they will not arrive without delay, save for the few boasts teleportation magic. The bulk of our forces must be transported by sea. It's lengthy. Yeah, we know. Who plotted against the people's exodus? Beyond the procurement of ships, I think is unlikely our East Elward friends. Eldenon, excuse me. I shall get the Shurigen. I mean, the Rising Stones. You have my thanks, Lord Hien. Right? Right? Yes, my lord. Yeah, because when we save him there, I want to be there for my husband, so we need to. Yeah, and I mean, even when you play Praetorium back, it's not... He's not super evil. He doesn't want terrible things. It's very interesting to see how he's not forcing evil.
Our supplies of Black Rose have been ruined, but the new plant is already under construction. We should have the first batch ready in time for the offensive, Your Radiance. See that you do.
Ah, yes, the infamous Black Rose. If I recall correctly, Gaius did not much care for the invention.
It almost feels like he's a figment of his imagination.
A ruthless and indiscriminate weapon indeed, this airborne poison. It seems you are capable of making decisions worthy of your bloodline.
With no gift for sorcery, we Garleans must look to Magitech to even the odds. If it spares the needless deaths of our soldiers and serves the cause of this empire, there is no method I would not employ.
How very noble of you. Truly, though, I must commend you for embracing your role as Emperor. You play the part of the determined ruler well. Sometimes even I catch myself believing.
What a little arsehole.
A silent agent of death. Now that I think on it, Black Rose may well possess the perfect aspect. Slowly but surely, the deluge of light has worked upon the ether here in the source, and the gas should be most susceptible to its influence. Well, I shall leave you to your own devices. Go forth and bloody the land with your grand and glorious war.
See?
While you do what, precisely?
This is the music I was talking about.
Need you ask? I will be doing what all Ascians do.
I am well aware that your kind exists only to usher in the next calamity. But you seem oblivious to the harm your singular agenda causes to the Empire. You cannot have forgotten the events which followed your mortal demise.
Okay.
Our homeland was plunged into civil war for your failure to name a successor. The edifice you so carefully constructed was but a hair's breadth from collapse.
Fair.
Are you truly so naive?
See what I mean? The angles, the...
You thought me oblivious to the consequences of a departure so painstakingly timed?
It was by design?
He fought that civil war. He won.
Well, of course it was. Though I will admit the resulting panic exceeded even my wildest expectations. But how can you be surprised? Throwing the world into disarray was the very purpose for which this nation was, as you say, so carefully constructed.
See, it's up. It's up.
Now, if you have no further questions, I must be on my way.
What little shit? Awkward, he's funny.
Since we may not meet again in this lifetime, it would be remiss of me not to offer a word or two of gratitude. I really must thank you for this surplus of vessels. I can mold any host into my own image, but having bodies tailor-made for me in this fashion is so much less tiresome. You dabbled in elegant cloning techniques, yes? It certainly is a compelling, not to mention entertaining, field of research.
He's enjoying this.
And of all the options available, you chose the founding father on whom to experiment. You have a twisted streak to you, Varus, like grandsire, like grandson, hey? If events play out as planned, this will become something of a family enterprise.
Right?
You will be the capstone of this world, I the anchor and shard, and together we will give the lie to this star's fraudulent existence.
He's so off. Like, it screams. Fuck, like there's something coming. Like, it screams it. But I can't figure it out. Like, I know something big is gonna happen with the little jerk, but I have no idea. This quest does not look good. Pick it up. We must leave to convey for Eorzean leaders. There may be some time before I return to Doma. Hakaru, I leave you in command. My lord. I shall assemble an advance party with all haste and join you in Alamigo forthwith. Okay. I just received word from Lise. The Alliance has established a base camp near Alamigo's northeastern border. Once we arrive to the locks, we'll be reported to the Resistance officer, person in Portia Praetoria. Let's not keep waiting. And this quest is very long. No. This is actually where we're going to end it for the night. So we've had some silliness. We met Solus, which... I'm very sus, but it's not sus like Acai. I don't know if this guy's good, bad, or just fucking with everybody. And it kind of feels like he's just fucking with everybody. There's something so off. there's foreshadowing. I just can't read it. You know what I mean? So everything from the music, the angles, the poses that they choose with the face, where they lean the camera in, the laugh. It's something. Yeah, we're probably going to be doing Shadowbringers on Thursday, which, yes. Remember, Wednesday we are starting at 7 Eastern. So it's going to be an hour-and-a-half stream, and Thursday going to be the longer stream. Tomorrow we've got a new video coming out, so that should be fun, interesting, and all that fun stuff. A new TikTok as well, which you will enjoy. If you like this sort of stuff, hit the subscribe button. 3 streams a week, at least a video a week. Sometimes you get some shorts, sometimes you get 2 videos. This week's short, by the way, is a Halloween special, and it is as cringy and nerdy as all of my other shorts. You're welcome. Alright guys, in the meantime, thanks so much for being here. I had a legendary day. I hope you have a legendary day, and I can't wait to see you guys again on the next one. Bye. Good night.